Hey everybody. Okay, so one more chart I want to show you from last week's presentation with Ryan Lundquist. This one is days on market, the chart over the last 10 years for El Dorado County, Placer County, and Sacramento counties. Now, El Dorado County is the red line, right? Always at the top. Sacramento County is the blue line, always at the bottom. Placer County is the yellow line, always in the middle. So I think it's interesting. I mean, almost without exception, as you can see, El Dorado County days on market is higher than Placer, which is higher than Sacramento. We're going to get into that in just a second, but I do want you to see that there is clearly an annual cycle to this, with days on market peaking across the board right around the beginning of the year. Now, that doesn't mean those homes were listed at that time. That's the time that they went pending, that they sold, not closed, but went pending. So it's in the months and days leading up to that date that tells you sort of how long you should expect for your home to be on the market. They always are lowest in the middle of the year. So that's the spring market is the hottest market, both for listings and buyers. The days on market leading up to the middle of the year is always going to be lower. Leading up towards the end of the year is always going to be higher. I mean, without fail, as you can see. But what I want to talk about is, why is the El Dorado County line, why is the days on market for El Dorado County always higher than Placer, which is always higher than Sacramento? And this is kind of an important question to understand the answer to, because, Sacramento County is pretty dense pretty much all the way through Sacramento County. It's a dense area, where it's the capital. There's just more homes. There's more people that live there. El Dorado County, on the other hand, is largely rural. Okay. So with the exception of maybe El Dorado Hills and Cameron Park at one bookend of the county and South Lake Tahoe at the other bookend of the county, those are more suburban and residential areas, but by and large,